A walk on the former Englewood Railway grade from Woss to Groves Creek and Davey River. The Englewood Railway operated until April 2017. During 2020, a project was done to remove the railway. I'm now interested in seeing how the railless grade looks a year after removal. Here's the big picture map: Vancouver Island on the west coast of British Columbia, and the red circle is the rough area. And here is the Englewood Railway map from Beaver Cove in the north down to Vernon Lake in the south. And looking closer at the railway, red circle is roughly Woss and south to Davie River. Here's a closer look, and the red line is the area of my walk from Englewood Drive in Woss, crossing Groves Creek, and then going down to Davey River and back. The rails and ties in this area were probably removed maybe in May 2020, sometime around then. So it's been over a year as I did this walk in mid-July 2021. Good morning, it's 6:23 a.m. in Woss, Englewood Drive. Here's the former level crossing of the Englewood Railway main line, looking south, looking north. This is mile 37.8, I think, and I am heading down south for a couple miles. My destination is the Davey River Bridge, mile 39.9. A few landmarks along the way. Here's one of them, the junction with the H line going off to the left, which goes up to the Wasp reload. Forgive me as I speak in present tense as if all this were still here. Goes up to the Wasp reload. The accident site is up around the corner, and I stick on the main line. I was curious what the grade is going to be like and how easy to walk on. This right now is not bad. Some loose rock from the ballast, but a lot of soft dirt. And we're coming up to the Shop Road. Here comes the former level crossing. There's some signage. I'm curious about a few things. How much signage will remain? That's for the high voltage power lines. I'm expecting to see the odd curve sign left over. And here's the Shop Road. Woss Heritage Park is down there, down the hill, around the corner. And here we go. The metal box on the left was the water reservoir box for the Groves Creek Bridge, which is coming up in just a short bit, and that's how they stored their water for firefighting on the bridge. The box used to be right at the north end of the bridge, but now it's just moved here as scrap. So I'm also curious about blocked access, and here's an example. I've seen this a few spots on the railway. Concrete barriers preventing recreational vehicle access. I'm curious about the roadbed in terms of how easy it is to walk. There's a lot more ballast right here, but it's still pretty easy to walk on. There's a spot just south of Groves Creek Bridge where I'm expecting it'll be difficult because there's retaining walls on both sides of the grade, and I think it just kind of holds in the ballast. I do have some surviving railway signage here for curve 254. Nimkish River is audible, I can hear it. It's on my right hand side. It's going to be my companion for this trip. The bridge I'm going to be coming up to, the creek is a tributary into the river, and then further south, Davey River, same thing, flowing into the Nipmuc River. And there are bits of metal work that survive, some spikes and a plate. So Groves Creek is coming up, and I am curious what it's going to be like, because this is one of the bridges with rails removed. So I've never walked across a railless railway bridge before. Well, I want to see what the ties are like, if they are completely loose or still fastened on either side. And here comes Groves Creek Bridge. I've only been here once before during a Nipmuc squall, lots of rain. But there were rails back then. Alright, Groves Creek. I'm doing this with my phone because it has a wide angle, so you can see where my feet are and see to the end of the bridge. These ties are not loose. They're nice and they're pretty good and snug. There's an example of bolted into the metal crosspiece. But this is simple. Okay, now I'm on the pedestrian worker walkway. I don't like this as much. I feel the give in the metal. That's what it looks like. You can see right down. I'll go back to where I'm comfortable. Okay, yeah, this is a very pleasant bridge to walk across, especially when it's not a big downpour of rain. It's a glimpse of the Nipmuc River down there. And looking north. Okay, finishing up at Groves Creek. I'm hoping to see 3 bridges today, and this could turn out to be the one that's in the best condition, deck-wise. There we are. Here's the area that I was concerned with for walking because of the retaining wall on both sides and what I thought would be loose ballast. So walk through quickly. This is like walking near the top of a rocky beach. Okay, here's where the roadbed should improve for walking, and it is more solid. Here's another sign that survives, curve 257. Find out if this is a trend of lots of signs or just a few. Curve 258 sign. The trend continues. Okay, the road is now more like a vehicle road with tire paths, and curve 259. And coming up, curve 260 sign. There are a few nice tangent sections, straight stretches between here and Davie River Bridge, and this is one of them. There is still some metal work here and there. Here's a spike on the ground right there. I've seen a few already that have escaped the giant magnet from a year ago. And it is over a year ago. Last year in mid-July, I was at siding 3, quite a ways north of here, when the rails were being removed from there. So The rails were removed from here sometime before June or May, something like that, 2020. Here's a spot where the spring growth from this year is evident. Grass and the daisies. Nice and easy to walk here. And here's a spot where things are growing in from the sides. Haven't encountered this yet. It rained here up at Woss overnight and yesterday. I'm thankful for that. I was hoping for doing this kind of a walk soon after a rainfall, just so that it would be a whole lot more pleasant without dust. Here's a road coming down. I have to wonder if this was an access road during the railway removal project. Here's another spot where it's difficult to walk because of the loose ballast rock. But coming up, there's some grass poking through, so it might be easier there. Curve 268, and the straightaways continue. Here's a retaining wall. Oh, on both sides. Interesting structure. I wonder if it's kind of like a concrete culvert, maybe. Yeah, this is a little bridge. Yeah, totally a little bridge. Right here, just north of Davey River. And here comes that beautiful moment when I come around the corner. And here is the bridge, Davey River. I like that whole mystery discovery. You know it's somewhere there somewhere, and then you'll finally see it. And the sunlight isn't too bad yet. I am pleased. The ties are in poor condition compared to the other ones I've seen on this railway. So the ties are secured at the end, but as you can see, the security of the tie of that connection is only as good as the disintegrating wood. Okay, I thought there was a metal water box at the end, but it's just the concrete barrier moved out of the way, just like the one behind me. Oh, that's pretty there, the Davie River. It's making some noise down there. That's where I came from. If I went on the walkway, the catwalk here, but I'd rather go on the railway, go on the bridge. I tried coming at this bridge from the south end by road a couple weeks ago off of the Duncan logging road, and I couldn't find my way. What used to be roads 20 years ago were now overgrown. So that's why I'm back here and came walking in from Woss. Like this mound of dirt here. That's a good photo viewpoint.
Over that way is the Nimkish River. Davey River is going to run into it, and then the Nimkish River runs north into Nimkish Lake. As I look north on this bridge. Very beautiful. This is going to be a good place to stop for a while. Yeah, this is such a beautiful place here. I just love the proximity of that little small waterfall rapid there. Giving my overshirt a chance to dry out. Getting sweaty walking down here. Nice easy 1 hour walk from Woss. So I'll take it easy on the way back. I've zoomed into the north end of Davie Creek. There's those steel trestle towers, bridge towers, whatever you want to call them. Alright, I've finished up here at Davey River, relaxing, enjoying the sound of the water, taking some photographs. I don't know when I'll come this way again. So, let's walk northward and then I'll head back towards Woss. Using again wide angle so you can see the condition of the ties as well as where we're going at the end of the bridge. These ties are a bit uneven and worn on top. And they'll get worn out more with recreational traffic. So the sooner a good planked deck is put on here for people to use, the better. I'm now believing that a recreational path is the best option for this corridor now that the rails are gone. Farewell, Davie Creek Bridge. Okay, back to the crunch of its ballast. Here I am back on this concrete bridge. Way down there. It just goes down. So quite a deep gully here. This crosses. I have no idea if there's a support under there or not. Here I come back to curve 257 northbound, and in the distance I see the guardrail for the steep drop-off area where there is kind of a concrete retaining wall on both sides, which means around the corner is the Groves Creek Bridge. I like facts with lots of detail in the facts. The ultimate fate of a lot of these things, I'm content having unknown to me, other than just to, like I said, have the resolve to document as much of this as I can. I'm pretty happy with how much I got done in 2020 with rails still on. And what I'm doing today with Davie Creek and Davey River, I keep on calling it a creek, Groves Creek here, and then later on Twin Bridges, I hope, to be able to document those. But none of my documentation comes close to the power of what I've seen from other people, of photographs and videos with trains pulling logs. That's the legacy I'm really thankful for. But if I can add a little bit to it with this last sad final years, then that's good. Here we are, Groves Creek. I like the view here from the southeast side. Wow. Okay, what do I think about walking out there? No. This is such a nice, simple walk. Nice trestle deck. Let's go on the weird part. I don't like this part. Here's Groves Creek. Yeah, back to the safety of the timbers. I like to stick with what I know. And to me, a timber deck of a railway bridge is my comfortable place. Alright, farewell Groves Creek Bridge. Until I see you again, if I see you again. I just take the main line here back. 10 minutes of walking to get back to Englewood Drive, the former level crossing of the main line. Here's the Woss Shop Road, level crossing. Coming back to Englewood Drive, straight ahead is the former level crossing. But now I'm in the former junction with the H line. There's the H line. Goes up to Wasp Reload. That's sacred ground.